Lady and the Frogs. I have been cleaning, but if you look at this, you wouldn't know. So let's just turn this around. Yeah, you can't even tell this way. I've cleaned the bedroom. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, like hoovering the ceiling, getting down cobwebs, top to bottom clean. And the washing machine is the sheets. And inside is just one big bottom sheet. Inside there is the stuffers being cleaned. I really hope that that isn't an eyeball on the side of the washing machine, because there shouldn't be anything clanking in there, because literally tied it all up. But you know, things never work out. So I've got to go and collect this today. This is just epoxy return, which is taking them ages to return it, and it's just really winding me up. So we're going to have to wait until this spin cycle finishes. I just want to hear a bloody word I'm saying. Spin is ended, so it should just unlock shortly. Yeah, so this place is apparently open until 5:30, but I bet you it's closed when I get there, because it always is. It's a leather jacket which didn't have a size label on it, so I measured it and it definitely was a large to XL, and I put that it was 44 inches on it. And that's the thing about having a mannequin, is that it was hanging off the mannequin, and my mannequin is large in size, in that if I have a small t-shirt, I generally have to flat lay it because it won't go on. This is the male mannequin. It won't go on it, you know, and it looks like a real skinny thing. So I know it was hanging off my mannequin, so I know that it wasn't extra large. You know, so it's my fault, because, you know, they are more than an extra large now. So there we go. So that was like a really cracking sale. It was like a £40 sale. And I know that it was ages ago when that actually sold, because my husband was here at the time. So I know that that was like the beginning of April when he was off sick. So I don't even know why eBay have let the return be accepted. But there you go. I don't know. I really don't know. Right, so things that I'm posting today, I've got these, which I thought were really nice, wide-legged, cropped trousers, but it's this brand, Monkey, absolutely diabolical. Why is it doing another cycle? Should really have finished. I'm not lucky enough that I have timing on my washing machine, so yeah, I think it has finished. I think it was just buggering me around. I put one away there. This is just a t-shirt of my husband's, which for some reason is XL this way, but it's like really not very long, so it's like a real belly top for him. So this is an example of something. It's a Sopranos t-shirt, which there's 10 a penny on eBay anyway, so I wouldn't say go out and look for it. But yeah, there was 10 watches on it and it went for 99p. So none of those watches transpired to bidders. This one was one of the ones where bidders became, watches became bidders. I bought this because I thought it was quite nice for a Ted Baker, and it's a larger size, but the texturing on it, there's sections of the texturing where it's come off. It's like snagged, like there, which you can't see at all. So this is navy on camera. I do hope I've listed this as navy. Sometimes I take photos of things in the day, and I really should make a note of whether something's navy or not, because a lot of the time when I'm listing in the evening, it's not obvious what the colour is of said item. I'm a bit concerned with some of these things, because obviously, and the thing is that they actually ticked me off on Monday for putting something down like this as small parcels. I find if I send anything to Surrey, the customer gets a surcharge, so I don't know what they're doing in Surrey. They're all just anally retentive or don't have enough to do. So this should be large letter, as should that. However, I've sent a few like polo tops like this, large letter, and they've had a surcharge of £1.50, and I know that it will go through. So this is my size guide. I don't recommend this. This isn't like you don't ask me to recommend this, because I don't, because it's broken. So I have to hold it there when I do it. So maybe that's the problem, because I'm holding it. Right, so let's do this one. So it just has to pass through. And it does. And I'm sure this one won't as well. You see, this one's tight. Yeah, so I'll probably put that as small parcels, because you just can't get away with it. And I don't want it to screw up at the other end. Anyway, those are the crap sales. Oh no, I've got this one here. This is a fairly crap sale as well, but when I did the haul with this, I was like, why have I bought this? I can't shift Pretty Green with a pattern. So yeah, and then I was worried that whether it had like pit stains, but it hasn't got pit stains, thankfully. Yeah, so Pretty Green, and then I was like, why have I bought this from white? And somebody sent me an offer yesterday, and they are from Denmark. It's because it's DE, isn't it? But DE is Germany. So they sent me an offer of 11, and I, bit their hand off, because I feel like this is one of these things that I'd end up stuck with. So yeah, £11, and then they've paid all the extra. So they've paid like about 15 to 20, I think. I'm going to put it in one of them so they don't get surcharged for plastic. But that's not coming in yet, but I'll just put it in there anyway. Because I want some feedback. Because last time I sent to Germany, last 2 times I've sent to Germany, I've sent in one of these and I've taped it up. But the other day I put one in one of these, and I'd used some of the plastic-free sellotape, because this is the thing, is that Germany is going to have, they're going to have plastic-free packaging, and you get, if you don't send stuff, the buyer will end up having to like pay a surcharge or something. So I'd put some of the details on, and I'd printed them out, and then I'd stuck them on with this sellotape, the sellotape that was plastic free. And then when I got to the post office, and admittedly this one I had the car, so it's not like I'd been like walking along and it got joggled. It was peeling off. So it doesn't bode well for it going all the way over there. So I'm going to have to like put 10 tons of tape on it and probably handwrite the IMS numbers on the package so that they don't disappear, which is a bit of an arse. But it just makes you work twice. It makes your packaging more expensive, and it makes you work twice as much because you've got to handwrite stuff. But it is what it is. So yeah, I've started doing it now, because I just, if the packaging is in an absolute mess when it gets to the other end, I need feedback now from customers so that I can rectify it. But I haven't heard anything, but then it's only been 2 things I've sent, so there we go. Right, so this is the banger of the sale, which is why I wanted to do a bit of a vlog. So this is Nebworth t-shirt. So this is 1996. This is a replica. This isn't the original. So the original of this sells for 100 plus, like, about the 120 mark. And the tag, it says Screen Stars on it. So mine is Gildan, but this is, I have checked this, and it's got like a little sort of like pointless email address, the sort of email address that we probably wouldn't use now. And I know that this dates from early 2000, so I've put on there that it's the Gildan reissue, and I sold this for £75. And it's really weird, because yesterday when I was walking back from the charity shop, I was like, oh, I wonder why I haven't sold that Oasis t-shirt since it's Park Life coming up, which is actually this weekend. And I was like, surely somebody's going to want to buy this so that they can pretend that they went to Nebworth while they're walking around Manchester. Because I find this, when Park Life is on, there's a lot of like knobheads who turn up to Manchester, and they're really peculiar because they act like Kevin and Perry. They really do. They act like Kevin and Perry, and they're like, "We're in Manchester. You got to do these things when you're in Manchester." So they like to have stuff like this. So yeah, I knew that. I just had this feeling like, oh, why hasn't that sold? And then it like literally sold. So yeah, £75 is more than anybody's ever got for the Gildan one. So I'm really pleased with that. Hopefully it won't come back. I'm obviously going to send. They haven't said that they want it for Park Life, and they haven't said send it special, but it's going to be first class recorded, so hopefully they're not larking about too much at the Royal Mail and it'll actually get there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and now I'm going to get the guys out of the washing machine because they'll be furious, and go to the post office and see if this parcel is actually, see if I'm actually going to be able to get through the doors, because usually I can't. You think it would be the worst thing in the world being washed, wouldn't you? You okay, hon? Honestly. I have my return. Now, apparently, they tried to deliver this over a week ago. When I handed the card in, it was for something else. Something that my husband had ordered. So this is how they packaged the return. This is a huge bag. But they decided that they didn't need to like actually wrap it up. So, very annoying. Why put all this gaffer tape over the part of the parcel that it isn't on? So, I feel that the thing is, when I sent this, it wasn't screwed up like this. It was much more evenly spaced. It was a huge jacket, and I didn't want to fold it up into 1,000 parts. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have a good look at this, because this looks a lot smaller than the jacket that I've sent them. I don't think this is the jacket I've sent. It's just that this jacket looks so much smaller. And I can tell by the way it fits on the carpet, because I know that my photos have got an overlap of this. Why do people do that? Oh, hate. Yeah, it's really, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So the guys have been cleaned. I now have my parcels. I need to get on with things. I've just had to mop the floor because of the fact that I dusted the room. I dusted the main bedroom, and I hoovered everything, and there was some stuff that was under the bed which I then like dusted, and then I'd made like an ice rink outside on the where I'd been dusting everything. So I dusted it on the hardwood floor so that I could hoover everything up, and then it was like a death rink, because I'd been spraying dust, spray. So I had to like mop that, because my husband will just walk in and he'll just fall over straight away, and I've nearly fallen over a number of times. So yeah, I'm going to do some processing of clothes now, and I'll probably do a haul video, and yeah, what an arse the day is turning into. It's quite late now, I think, really, anyway. It's just coming up to 2. The point is that at least I've been able to get my parcels, and the place was open. Oh, and there was an argument in the post office as well, over social distancing, because they have all these like markers on the floor, and people sort of like stand on them, even though they're all over the place. So it's like really bizarre. It's like some like 80s game show, and there was an argument because people weren't standing on the markers. So I was glad that I was like in there before everybody else turned up. This is the thing, is because I went at like midday, the weirdos were out. It's always weirdo hour at midday. So yeah, cleaning just has eaten into the day, so I'm going to crack on with actual work now. Hello. Okay, we're on Thursday. It is just coming up to 9 o'clock. Duh. My husband, yeah, he gets up at like 5. Yeah, I think it was 5 this morning when he got up, and then I found myself awake. I'd had some kind of like weird, stupid ass dream, you know, concerning like, it was like somebody from like my past, and then I thought, oh, I'll get up and I'll look them up on Facebook, and then I was like, that's retarded, let's not do that. And then by that time I was like quite alarmed. I'd had like a random dream about somebody from like 10 years ago, and then just was like awake. So I've done work. This morning look, it is gorgeous sunshine, and it said it was going to piss with rain most of this week, and it just hasn't. Cece, I could have washed you today and you would have dried quicker. I'll tell you something, these two, I've changed their clothes, and now they look like Jules and Vincent in Pulp Fiction. So yeah, I don't know. These two have dried really fast, but obviously the 1979 gang, they're still wet, so they're sitting it out, and I've got to wash the rest of them, and I'm going to be doing some washing today, but my goal for today is processing a whole load of clothes. So I've got all my boxes of clothes out. Obviously I've been up quite early, but then I had a few things that I still hadn't listed, so I've worked through them. I've just got 2 pairs of ridiculous shorts to put on, which will be really quick because it's all templated, and then I can start photographing. So I'm just going to have a mad photographing session, but literally I've already done about 8 things this morning, but a bunch of them are scheduled auctions, so I just want to get all my stuff processed. Yeah, that's my goal. I've still got some of it which I need to probably do a haul video, so I might do that in the way that I did it last time, because I found last time I did a big photography session and I put everything into like for likes, like tops and dresses and, you know, the menswear. It was much better because obviously I wasn't like getting the female mannequin out and then getting the male mannequin out. So I'm going to do it like that again. So I will do a haul video with all the stuff which I need to remember what bits I haven't shown. Otherwise, just going to duplicate. So things I've sold. This is about the best thing. This has gone for £20. Yeah, I was really pleased with that. Even though I'd substituted these bits on it, it sold really quickly. That's been on for less than a week. In fact, I think I put this on Monday. Yeah, I think I put this, you know, maybe over the weekend. I don't think I was that undisciplined. I don't think I had, no, I didn't have Lego out over the weekend. Otherwise, I've definitely moved the Lego on in case it got stomped on. Yeah, so really pleased with that. I'm probably not going to take this apart, and I'm probably just going to bubble wrap it like that and send it like that, even though bits of it are going to like fall off in the post. I think it probably makes sense. It's a decent packaging anyway. And then 2 naff little sales. I don't know what's wrong with this top, but this top has had so much bleeding interest. But it's literally been in my shop for a year. In that time, it has sold at least 5 times, if not 10. It's been on auction, and I've had offers sent, which I've duly accepted at £15, £17.99, £15, £12.99 a few times in the last few months. And every time, they don't pay. And this person has paid. So now it's probably going to become a boomerang piece in that they'll get it and then they'll send it back. So yeah, this is Reese. It's a pink stripy top. Yeah, Reese. I just don't know. I should know what this is because you know, I keep seeing it and keep relisting it. The Bocker, yes, the Bocker. Yeah, it's like an open neck polo, but yeah, so that's gone. And then this morning, just not tip all the pieces out. So this is one of these things that, you know, that you pick up because you remember it when you were a kid, and then you pick it up thinking, oh, it's got to be amazing. It's not amazing. Don't pick this up. There's another one of these sat in my charity shop over there, and I keep thinking, yeah, pick it up. And I'm like, no, why would you do that? You've got one sat at home. So I sold this morning at just gone 7 a.m. They sent me an offer of 8. So I've accepted that, and it is postage on top of it, so it's not a good sale. So do not pick flipping Rubik's crazy things up. I mean, it is all in it's all in Dutch as well, so you know that probably doesn't help. Yeah, and then another thing that I had this morning was somebody who sent me a message. No, they sent me a message. They've opened a fucking case, the bastards. Oh, I feel like sharing their username on here. They're called Leslie. So they bought something at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. So 7 p.m, not 7 a.m. Because obviously, if it was 7 a.m, as in this one was, it would have been posted. It possibly, if it had been paid for at midday, because I did a really late post run on the Wednesday, knowing that my post office was closed for the 4 days, you know, so I knew they were closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I could not find any post offices that were open on Saturday. And then I just thought, well, the Royal Mail aren't operating anyway, so there's no point in like pushing it and trying to find somewhere. So they've opened a case of item not received, and they've only paid for like basic second class. Obviously I posted it first thing on Monday, but they've expected it to be here by now. That's the 1970s, one of the police says. So it's just really aggravating. So I sent them a message telling them to wind their neck in, basically. But, you know, that came through at 6 a.m. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Yeah, anyway, I'm going to do a big listing session, and, you know, that's going to be the day. So I'm still going to have a successful day, even though I've got weirdos. Even though there's weirdo buyers, and there's probably going to be an influx of weirdo buyers. I am drinking my coffee. I have got my collagen in here, but I don't think I'm going to be buying that powdered collagen again, because it just, there's something, the first lot that I had of it was really great, and this stuff is defective and it will not dissolve. And every time I get to the bottom of my coffee, there's this thick gunk of the collagen that's not dissolved. So that's probably why I've not been feeling too good. I'm not getting any of it. So let's crack on. So buffet is clear. Those are the bits that I've listed this morning. I've now cleared everything. So this is what I'm working on. That's most of the haul that I've just done, and then there's some new stuff in the bottom, I think. And then I've got 2 boxes here, and then I think that this is like repairs and bits, but I've got stains to do. I know that those things on top have been washed, so I need to check that that's happened. So I still haven't done my post because I've sold something else. I have sold this space set, which is that one, and a little digger that's gone with it. Annoyingly, when I looked at the file on this, it had the bloody video attached to it of a previous thing. Even though I deleted it, it was still there. So I'm not entirely impressed with this video feature that they've put on. So I've messaged the buyer and said, oh, disregard the other one. So my baseboards, I've got a little box here. I need to see if they've got any more of these Haribo ones, because they haven't given me any recently. So my baseboards, I always put in strong card because they are really flexible and they do fracture really easily. So I just make sure that I stick these in card. I know that that fits because I've just cut it down to make sure that it fitted in there. So I'm going to do that. So that one was 25 quid and that was £5. So these are offers that I've sent to the buyer. So yeah, that's what I've got to do. So I'm going to get this post done and then crack on with all of these boxes. There's not that many, which is why I'm hoping I can do a really big photography session of all of it. But you know, it is now approaching 10 because I've been listing and pulling. I was pulling this post and trying to find a decent box and faffing around. So and now I've messed my carpet up, which was all nice and clean, but never mind. Right, today's episode of things I didn't need to buy from Tesco, and it's now quite late because it doesn't seem to matter what time I go. There's always people faffing around. I let somebody walk in, come and go in front of me in the post office, and then they spend 10 minutes chatting and carrying on. Ugh, and doing like weird £1,000 transactions, multiple £1,000 transactions. Got two of them for the freezer. £2.39 isn't great for them. And then I've also got them because, you know, they're just nice. £1.83 I guess is okay, but it's probably not. So it's looking like lunch is going to be soup, but I've got a terrible craving for avocado, so I paid £1.70 for some avocados and they appear to be ripe, so that's okay. Yeah, lettuce and hummus because I've, you know, the last time I actually got something that was cheap, lettuce, standard lettuce. Yeah, last thing that I got that was like cheap by, you know, 80s, 90s standards was some carrots for 10p, and of course I haven't done anything with them. So I took out the ones that were like mouldy, and then they're just stuck in the fridge. So I'm gonna have some carrot sticks probably now, and I've also got cereal because I didn't have any of that. I'm actually quite hungry now because I had my breakfast at 6:30. So yeah, a bit counterproductive. So I'm gonna have something to eat and then actually crack on with sorting through these flipping clothes.
Take care of yourself. It comes along when you find somebody nice who can take care of themselves.
Hello, Friday is on us and I'm on a go slow. I have done something this morning. Apparently I've had some auctions ending on my personal account, so I've sold 5 but only 3 have been paid for, which is great. That's just the vinyl that my brother had. And you know, I put it all on auction thinking, you know, that it might sell through quicker, but all people keep doing is just offering me under the starting bid, and the starting bid was already very good. So I think I'm going to have to jack about doing like loads of, I've got a record player out here. So I think I'm going to have to do videos showing that there's nothing wrong with the records, which is just very time consuming. But there you go. But it's because it's my personal account, so, you know, it says it's above standard. It says 0 defects on everything, but it says it's only counting 46 transactions. Which is like nothing compared, but unless you have a business account, you can't have top rated seller. So things on my business account, which I've got to send out. This person, they messaged me earlier in the week and said, oh, can I pay Friday? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's fine. So they have literally paid this morning. So this is Zara. I thought it was Top Man for a minute. I think I've got some very similar ones. No, the Top Man ones were very similar, but they sold as well. Interesting pocket detail, which is why I picked them up. £20 for them, and I think that that's really quite reasonable, you know, because it's just high street. I know that some of the Zara stuff sells quite high, you know, and including the Zara men's, it does sell quite high. So I did all my photographs yesterday. I mean, it is like clear in here, so I've got a big pile of stuff to photograph. I am going to the charity shop this morning. Lord only knows why, because I could really just do with staying here, but I need to go and speak to the pharmacy about my husband's prescription, because if I don't, it will not be here next week. I'm running out on my own. I don't know what it is about the NHS at the moment, but they don't even seem to want to give anybody their like standard medication. It's really annoying me because they just will not give me some so that I can have some in stock, and they don't seem to like, you can't reason with them. It's like, suppose you were one of these people who had gone abroad and then your flight was cancelled and you were stuck and you can't get any extra medication from the NHS to take with you on holiday in the eventuality that things go wrong. You know, and suppose I got called away for something and I needed to go away in a rush. One of the things that I don't want to be doing is fiddle-arsing around trying to get my medication. I've never had this before. This is something that has just happened recently since the pandemic, because I always used to have plenty of medication in. You know, and I'm talking like the last 20 years, I never had to like worry. I remember when I was a student and I always had plenty of medication in. So I don't know what the hell is going on with the world. Anyway, this is another auction. This is a shirt. Yeah, so, you know, loud, people are going on holiday, are probably going to get stuck without medication, but at least they're going to be in a loud shirt. So Top Man, that's an auction. I think it was £14 in the end that went up to. See, that just proves sometimes it's just all about the right timing. But I've had that on for a number of auctions and it hasn't had any interest or bids. And Love Island has started and suddenly I had a bidding war. Interesting. And this is something of my husband's, but I just put it on our account. Yeah, so it's just, this is weird fish. These are always really good. So that's Cod Save the Queen, and I got 20 for that. I was being a bit shady and I tried to get 30. Which is shady. And then yesterday, I actually sold about £100 in Lego yesterday. So you saw me, some of the stuff which somebody had bought 2 items from me in the morning. So that was 25 quid. And then all of this comes up to about 60. So I've got a police heliport there. So that one's sold for, I don't even know, 25 for that. And this one, which I do have instructions for, so that one is, this one's like one of these really old ones. I can't think what it's called. It's like, this is the fire station, isn't it? So that has sold for 20. They literally just came along and just took like 20% off all my asking prices for things. This is a little truck. I've had a few of these, which I was quite surprised how popular they are. So this is sold for like $7.99. Yeah, it's like fascinating stuff, isn't it? And then this, which was missing the signage on it. So this is like a little gas station, but it had the sign missing. So I let that one go. I think I let it go for 10. Does that sound right? I know it all came up to, I think it was like £65. So it doesn't seem right like those prices that I've just told you. But anyway, I know that I sold £100 worth of Lego yesterday, but it was really good. So I've got a box here. think I fished this out of the bin. Well, you'd hope so, because I don't know. I mean, you'd think that I would be lucky enough to have found some Adidas trainers. Now I'm using this packaging. Next week I probably will find some Adidas trainers. But anyway, I need to get that sorted. I need to take the base plates out and sandwich them in some extra card, because this is flimsy as fuck. And then obviously get some bubble wrap. I seem to be running out of bubble wrap. I seem to be running out of a lot of things, but it's just chaos in that room, and I can't like work out what's going on because it's just so much stuff piled up. So I think I need to sort through my jigsaws and put them on as job lots, the Wasgage ones, because people seem to go nuts over a mold, you know, like a job lot of Wasgage jigsaws. So I need to do that, and then that'll actually like sell them and get rid of them in a decent quantity. Right, I need to go because I've got to go and have another stupid conversation. This is just it now. On a monthly basis, I just have to have a stupid conversation with people in Boots. It's just so wearing. And I've bid on an auction as well today. It's like it's a load of Lego, but it's collection only, and I was like and ahhing. And then I looked up one of the sets, which I wasn't so sure of, and it turns out it's a £100 set, and I knew that it had two other sets in there, one which was a £50 set and one which is a £100 set. But this is just based on the base plates, because that's literally all you can see is a box with the base plates on top. So I don't know if it's got all the Lego in there. I don't even know if there's really any Lego underneath the base plates, because it's got two pictures and it just says collection only. And it's in a really shitty area towards Liverpool. Well, not Liverpool. It's towards Wigan, and I just don't. You know, I've put a bid on of £25, and that's like technically really good. If it's got these £100 sets in it, I just don't want to drive over there. It's park life, and I know it's a storage unit, and I just think, I'm gonna like. I hate trying to like negotiate with people and like saying I'm going to come and collect something, and you just know that they're going to be a knobhead. There's some kind of container unit that's obviously on a bit of wasteland in the middle of nowhere in this area, that even where the housing bit is it's shit. The place was actually in the news the other day as being one of the worst places in Lancashire. So yeah, I'm not all that impressed, but sometimes a deal is a good deal, isn't it? So, who's to know? I've only put a bid on of 25 quid, so I think maybe somebody will come along, and I don't know. So it's either going to be a really good deal, and I'll have to drive over there, but I'm only driving over there. I'm only driving over there for 25 quid maximum. So yeah, who knows? Next week I'll have this Lego and I'm going, such an amazing deal. Everything's going to be okay, provided this person, I can actually like collect from this person. But my experience of having people come and collecting stuff from me here and trying to collect from people, it's just, I just don't like dealing with people because they don't have the same standards as you. They never do. Well, here I am. I'm back. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have bothered going out because of Mabel and the backing dancers are causing hassle. Which is one of the reasons why I haven't done my hair, because obviously once a month it's difficult to sit on your own chair without making a mess, so let's not do it to a hairdressing chair. Right, so I've got to put some tracking numbers on. I did get a bargain. I didn't get the bloody prescription because of course they don't know. So he runs out on Wednesday. They say, well, try for Tuesday. Yeah, right, okay. I'm so fed up with it. But anyway, these hay fever tablets, reducing to get through a lot of these. They are supposed to expire in 2022, but for some reason some of these are 2023. So yeah, so that one is September 2022, and these ones are May 2023. So my husband uses these more than I do, really, because he works in dusty environments and it doesn't make all the difference. So, you know, pound, it's a bargain. Yeah, I've got some face cream and other essentials. These are very essential, I think, to us. Very essential. And it's done good. I've still got a load of stuff. I have left things today, and going late was stupid because there was loads of like toddlers that are just released and at large. But then you see there was other people who were obviously like really good with their children, you know, and you know, you'd hope that if I had children that they would be more like that, but Jesus, these children. And then they got a reward for being wankers. They got sweets for being wankers. So it's no wonder they're being wankers all the time. They've actually collided with me a few times, so yeah. It doesn't help when you're like in two minds about whether to have children, and people have like the worst kinds at large. Anyway, yeah, there was a really lively kicking funeral. I kid you not. I see these a few times. There is a Catholic church which is opposite the post office that I use, and they are like proper sombre. But you also see around here Jamaican funerals, and they are banging. They'll make a lot of noise. People will be like, they'll be waving the flags. But this guy, it was like something out of Peaky Blinders, really. They had Shire horses pulling the coffin and loads of hearses, and everybody was like properly celebrating the life. Yeah, and it's really weird because when I first ran into them, the picture on the back, the eyes of the guy look so similar to my brother. And for the first time it passed me, because your funeral, they've went round, so it passed me 3 times, and the first time it passed me was this church over there, and I swear that I saw him. There was a guy who looked almost exactly like my brother who passed me about a year ago, and it like really like did me head in. I shouldn't be saying any of this anyway, but it's like there's part of me just thinks I have to start going to this gospel church. There's obviously something to it. But I would be really disappointed if I went to this gospel church, and it was nothing like Blues Brothers. Because that would be, I just want it to be like Blues Brothers, but it's not going to be like that, is it? Anyway, yeah. Let's stop with the rambling. And, yeah. I'm knackered. I think I might go to bed. There's something wrong with me. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed. I'll do a haul of this. So there's like hauls aplenty if you don't fancy watching this sort of shiz. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back with more of the chaos. And next time we will have clean, pure, non-filthy frogs. Thank you for watching.